overtime, Southwestern Assemblies gets a win, 78-75 over OCU. Here with Coach Vinay Patel. And Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
You know, what a great basketball game that was. If I was a fan, I probably would have enjoyed that a lot more. But that was two really good teams going at it, blow for blow, and you know, give them all the credit. That was a big shot he hit at the very end, but you know, free throws was the name of the game. Tonight we shoot 40% from the line, and they shoot 80%. And you can look at the stat sheet, and almost it's identical. You know, assists, turnovers, made threes, made field goals. I mean, it's identical, and you know, they got it at the free throw line tonight.
Terrence was all everything today. 30 points, 8 of 12 on threes. He was feeling it today.
Yeah, he had a very good day offensively. You know, he asked me before the game, Coach, what's your advice to someone that hadn't been hitting shots? And I just told him, keep shooting. I said, it goes in. You know, you're doing everything right. You got to just keep playing hard, and it'll fall for you. A kid that puts in that much time and that much work on his game, you know, good things will happen for people like that. And he's been good all year, and so, you know, it's not a shock to me. You know, need him to step up a little bit more defensively, and I think he could be a really good player for us, even moving forward. You know, he's good now, but he can be even better if he can, you know, get even better defensively.
You were going defense for offense with substitutions down the stretch. You had Reed in for defense and E. White in for offense sometimes. Just walk us through your philosophy with going through something like that.
Well, you know, they had a very good guard, several very good guards. I mean, you had the kid go for 28 on us, Rashad Alexander, and Jonathan Reed's probably one of our best ball defenders. So we were, you know, any chance we could on a dead ball, we'd sub him in to kind of get that matchup. And then on offense, you know, Evan White shoots the ball extremely well for us, as he's proven throughout the year. So we'd stick him back in to kind of give us a little bit more of an offensive advantage. But both those kids, I mean, they understand kind of the process into that, and they accept it. And you know, they're very good teammates, and that's the one thing I really do like about this basketball team is that they kind of understand where their role is at times and have no problem encouraging each other and going in for one each other, you know, at certain times. So it's been a fun team to coach. You know, I really wanted that one pretty bad for them because, you know, you just see how hard they're playing. You got kids diving all over the floor, Evan White diving on the ball and things like that. And it's just great to see. You just really want them to succeed when you see them playing that hard.
Dorian in the game against Mid-America looked to be limping a little bit, and he was back today. Didn't look like he had as much of a limp, but also didn't necessarily play as well as we're accustomed to. He finishes with 8 and 6, good numbers, but how's Dorian doing right now?
You know, that's a really good question. He's not hurt. There's nothing wrong with him. You know, I don't have a good answer for that. You know, we're expecting a lot of things out of him. I hold him in high regards, and these last couple of games, you know, I haven't felt like he's been at his best, and I honestly don't have a good answer for why that is. You know, I'm used to seeing him chasing loose balls, chasing rebounds, jumping up and finishing, and things like that, and he hadn't done it the last couple games, and it's probably my fault more than anything. You know, probably need to spend a little bit more time fixing a few things with him, but he'll be fine. You know, he's not hurt or anything like that. He'll be fine, and he better be ready to go the next time we take the floor.
Let's talk a little bit about Jonathan Reed. I feel like he just gains more and more confidence every time he steps on the floor. He's in a starting role now. He does a lot for you. Runs the point. He can play off guard. You said he's one of your best defenders, and his offense is really starting to round into form, is it not?
Yeah, that's no question about that. He's been good. I use him in a lot of different ways, which I know with his youth, him only being a sophomore, is difficult for a player because I'm playing him in so many different positions and using him in different areas. But he's really good. He asks a lot of questions. You know, he's trying to learn as quick as he can, but he's tough. He wants to, you know, he'll do anything you ask. He'll run through a brick wall if you ask him to do that. So, you know, I can go to battle with the kid like that any given night, and that's one of the reasons you've seen his play increase, his minutes increase, and now in the starting role is, you know, he gives us an edge just because he'll do the little things that we ask certain guys to do. He's kind of proven to do it more consistently than others.
Evan White, I think the first time today was playing the 4 spot. You went to a 4-guard lineup a little bit, and Evan was asked to play the 4. It's a little newfound versatility for Evan. How do you think he did today in that role?
You know, we played him at both the guard and the forward spot. He got 5 rebounds against Mid-America Christian and got another 5 today, and I told him that's one reason I started him. You know, Dorian Gigger had 2 rebounds in 30 minutes at MACU, and Evan White comes up with 5 rebounds, you know, basically in the same position. So if he's going to prove that he can rebound and do those things and be tough inside, we can find him some additional minutes there, and I've got no problem doing that with any kids. You can see we won the battle on the boards, which we hadn't in the last couple of games, and Evan's one of the reasons why is he's stepping up and understanding that's what we need, then he goes and does it. And that's the kind of kid he is. He's a really good kid. He's smart enough he can look up to see if we're just shooting a lot of threes and we need to get to the paint, then he'll try to get to the paint. If we're lacking on reboundings, then he'll try to hustle in there and go get a rebound. And that's what you really like about him. And I thought, getting him in that spot would help him get some more minutes, and he's proven to do really good in that spot.
Talk about your next week coming up. What do you got on tap?
It's going to be a tough week for us. I know that we got to fine-tune some things and get ready for 2 really hard games. I know that for sure. But it's going to be more about us than anything else. You can't shoot 40% from the line and expect to win ball games, and I don't care if it's at home or away. And so really, the majority of the week's going to go to fixing ourselves before we focus on these other teams we got coming up. It's 2 very good teams coming to town, but we need to fix ourselves and get back to what we were doing at the beginning of the year in order to start gaining more momentum and more success.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. 78-75, the final score. Southwestern Assemblies gets a win in overtime. Stars women's team escaped with a 3-point victory as well, 57-54 over Southwest Assemblies. Travel to St. Greg's on Thursday night, and we'll talk to you then on OCU Sports.